Hey, welcome to the Swag and Jazzy channel. So today's video is going to be a video of celebration of a man who has made a great deal of contributions and accomplishments in music. That man that I'm referring to is Quincy Jones. A musical architect is what I like to call him. Unfortunately, we are celebrating him because he just had a passing of this month, November 2024. But we're going to celebrate him in this video because his musical career expands for 7 decades. And here in this video, we're going to pay him homage and celebrate his accomplishments as they relates to music, his achievements and innovations. But for us to appreciate this man's accolades and accomplishments, we have to take it back a little bit to look at his journey of where it all started. So let's back it up for a minute. So Quincy was born in Chicago back in 1933 of March. And he took to music after finding out his friend had a piano. And this was after he tried to become a gangster. That didn't work out. So he took to music through his friend's piano, and then he eventually started taking a liking to the trumpet. Eventually, his family ended up moving to Seattle to complete his rearing. And because he was born in 1933, he was born and raised in the guts of jazz. Notably, the big band era was still hot and heavy in the 30s, 40s, and 50s. This immersion in jazz was influential in shaping Quincy musically. And because of the times and the music of the times, he got the notion to take himself to NYC, New York City. Because at the time, New York City was a hot spot for whatever jazz that was out at that time, whether it be bebop, big band, you name it. Once the move was made to New York City, this led to him getting his first gig. And he got his first gig, a traveling European tour with the legendary Lionel Hampton, which started in 1953 when he was just in his early 20s. He stayed with Lionel and started making his bones with Lionel, helping Lionel to arrange musical compositions and to come up with new ways of performing. And soon his name got around the New York area about his talents in arranging and writing abilities, and he began becoming sought after. His building notoriety led to him to produce his own albums, which helped to put his talents and arranging and composing abilities for others to see and experience. Although he remained heavily in the jazz genre, he was starting to be recognized by the pop music genre, the mainstream. And with that being recognized, he started to venture out into the popular mainstream genre in the late 50s and the early 60s, which made him more in demand for him producing a musical arrangement of talents such as Peggy Lee, Frank Sinatra, and Leslie Gore. And the demands continue for his talents from the 50s to the 21st century, working with artists from Dizzy to Frank in the 50s, from Peggy Lee to Leslie Gore in the 60s, from Shaka to Barbra Streisand in the 70s, from Michael Jackson to LL Cool J in the 80s, from Queen Latifah to Snoop in the 90s, and Celine Dion, Jacob Collier in the 2000s, and many others to name that I just cannot fit into this video. And because he has worked with an array of eclectic artists and genres, this has led to this man getting 80 Grammy nominations. 80 Grammy nominations, and he won 28 of those 80 nominations. He is the third most highest Grammy Award recipient in history. The only two that are ahead of him is a Hungarian composer by the name of George Solti and Beyonce. And his awards and accolades And nominations doesn't stop with the Grammys. He's been nominated and been awarded in other entertainment academies, such as the Emmys, the Oscars, and the Tonys. Not only Quincy was talented in music, he also was innovative. He helped to modernize the film and television score. Prior to him coming along, film and television scores were more European orchestrated based. But he changed that, especially in the late 50s and coming into the 60s. He has been involved in making over 50 television and movie scores. He has received many nominations for the many scores he has produced. And with every new decade that came about, new musical technology came with it. And Quincy embraced it, used it to its full advantage, and he used it to come up with better ideals for innovative recording techniques, advanced studio mixing, blending of acoustic and electronic instruments, which became the modern blueprint for modern music production that we have today. So we have Quincy to think about that. He didn't veer away from new technology, he embraced it. His jazz roots influence his work all across all types of music genres, bringing a sense of sophistication and complexity to popular music while making jazz more accessible to broader audiences. And he did this the majority of all the decades of his life. So a jam produced by Quincy that you may have heard, you may have been unknowingly been exposed to jazz, even if you didn't like jazz, but you liked the jam that Quincy produced. Well, this concludes the video. My prayers and best wishes go out to the family, and may you have peace and solace. And this man has lived a great life, a great creative life. And he brought people together with his talents. And if more of us can do that, I think it'll make the world a lot better. But anyway, make sure you hit that subscribe button. Hit that subscribe button. Let me say that again. Also, too, if you have a favorite Quincy Jones album, or if you have anything you want to add to this video to share about Quincy, please do so in the comments. Again, please make sure you hit that subscribe button. Give this video a like. I can use all the support that I can get. All right. May you be well. Peace and blessings to you. And again, to the great Quincy Jones, rest in power, my brother. Rest in power, and thank you for the memories. Take care. Bye.